Hi, I'm Joe with Gramophone. Today, we're going to be talking HiFi Man headphones, and we're lucky enough to have Roger Fortier, the Vice President of Sales, with us to talk headphones. Roger?
Thank you very much.
Good. Maybe you can tell us, actually, before we just discuss the technology of HiFi Man, maybe you can just tell us a little bit about the backstory. They've been doing business for a while, and in the better headphone market, they've got a strong market share.
Absolutely. HiFi Man's been around going almost 20 years now in the market. Dr. Fang is the gentleman who is the CEO of the company and a lot of the design on this. He started off a long time ago just even repairing headphones while he got his PhD in chemistry. And then as he got along, he ended up making Walkmans and then MP3 players and then eventually into the new headphone business that we have today. The HiFi Man headphone is a different technology than what most people are accustomed to. Most people are accustomed to having a cone, a wooden cone or a plastic cone on their heads, and there's a tiny little driver on the inside run by a tiny little magnet and a coil of copper wire. That's 99% of all the headphones made are made that way. When it comes to HiFi Man, the panel that we use on the inside is a nano panel, nanotechnology in the sense that it is so thin that if you take the panel and turn it to its side, you can't see it. It's that thin. That panel then is stretched on a frame, if you can imagine trying to stretch something that thin on a frame. And then we put a coating on the panel itself, and then we put magnets on the other side so that we can allow that panel to move back and forth. So instead of having a cone that might be this big or even a little bit bigger, now you've got an entire big panel like this that's making music to your ear. Some of these headphones, you can plug them into your phone and run them off your phone. A lot of people will get little dongles and attach that to your phone and then run the headphones. You can plug it into your receiver or a dedicated headphone amp. And we go through the whole gamut. So some are extremely efficient, very similar to this model here, which is the most efficient one that we make, which is the 1000 SE. This will run off a phone if you need to, but usually most people use a small amplifier of some sort. And then we have some on the top line model where, beg my pardon, you need a horse to run it because it needs a lot of power to sound really good. But we sell a ton of those also, so we do cover the range.
Absolutely. So, Roger, you told us a little bit about the magnetic planar technology. Can you go just a little deeper into that for us?
Sure. Magnetic planar, the way this works is we take, as I mentioned earlier, that nanofilm and we stretch it out in a little diaphragm, and then we put a stator on the outside of it with magnets on the outside. Sometimes we have magnets on both sides, sometimes we have magnets just on one side. Then we put a coating on the panel itself so that it can conduct a signal. So as the signal comes down the panel and it's a plus, the magnets will pull it in that direction. And as the signal then switches over to a negative, the magnets will push the panel away. And this will cause the panel to vibrate and move exactly as the signal is coming in. So if it's higher frequencies and it's very quick, the panel will move back and forth very quick. And if it's low frequency, it will move back and forth slower as the signal goes down that panel. And that's really the core of how a magnetic planar works.
When you listen to a pair of these, you're really aware of what you mean when you say that the Soundstage is big and broad. There is a way in which this kind of listening is much closer to how you would if you went to a jazz club or a blues club, listening to live music. It's a really... we can describe it, but once you put a pair on and wear them, you realize, oh yeah, this really sounds very lifelike.
Yes. One of the things that we often talk about when we talk about headphones, and everybody who's had earbuds or headphones will know this, is how the sound comes out of the middle of your head. You can hear somebody singing, but they're singing in the middle of your head. When you're using these types of headphones, they move away from there and to the front. Yeah. And that takes it away, that middle of the head sensation, and more like you're listening to speakers. Not completely, but it's not in the middle of your head anymore. It's a soundstage, it's more full.
Well, Roger, I've really enjoyed this conversation about HiFi Man technology, and I'll look forward to a discussion with you about some of the specific models that you've brought with you, and we'll kind of dig into what each of those can do on their own. So
Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you very much for joining us for a little discussion, and we hope that you and Gramophone Land have enjoyed this discussion of HiFi Man technology. We hope you get a chance to come visit us in Timonium, Columbia, or Gaithersburg, Maryland, and shop online at Sky by Gramophone, where we've got a nice selection of the various HiFi Man headphones. Check out our Kitchen Design Center up in Hunt Valley, because we can handle the whole job from start to finish if you need a remodel at your home. We'll look forward to seeing you soon.